police department did a good job on this case?
I believe we did everything we could.
So, yes.
I'd say so, yes.
We believe we've solved the case.
Really?
Yep.
Stop! Bro.
Smile for
Stop.
the camera! Smile! Why are you being like that?
Oh my
Just
God,
smile.
Seriously.
You think you could jump over this? Ah, yes! She cleared it! What would they call that in the Olympics? They call it like a...
High jump?
Yeah, of course you know that. So, if we had to make like, I don't know, 1 out of 10 guesses, what do you think you'll be doing in the Olympics?
That's a stupid question.
You gotta answer though, because they're gonna be interviewing you like this, and they're gonna be asking you like, you know, like, what did you eat last night? Can you see it
Oh
in
my
your
god,
pool?
I don't even remember.
Where are you going? Stop running! Why are you running? Like, come back! You know I can't even catch up. Hey, wait, I dropped it. Hold on.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, fine. Wait, no! Stop!
Yeah, fuck you!
You're the freaking star. What are you doing?
Yeah!
Stop! I swear.
Never ending story.
There are still no answers as to who murdered 16-year-old teen Alicia Walsh 2 months ago. The teenager was brutally murdered outside her home in Vaughan, Ontario in early August. Now her family is crying for help and seeking answers.
A vigil is being held tonight for a 16-year-old girl who was killed in a stabbing yesterday.
One pretty recent murder, Alicia Walsh stabbed to death, just a regular girl. Never found out who did it.
Yeah.
Total mystery.
Really interesting story.
Yeah.
Cops aren't really talking about it either. They're not really giving you details.
Moira is trying to make partner at her law firm and has a reputation for fabricating stories.
I killed someone. Do you need me to represent you? Yes. I'll represent you.
So what happens when she's given a stone necklace that forces her to tell the truth?
I'm dying. Every time you wear this, you will tell the truth.
I can't represent you.
Why?
Because I have to tell the truth.
How's her fiance gonna react when he finds out just how honest she's been?
I don't think I could be with you anymore. I found out you're lying.
But I love you.
I don't care.
True nature. What lies do you leaf out?
Maple is a suburb of Vaughan, just outside of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. It has about 300,000 population, and it's actually the 5th biggest city in the Greater Toronto Area. You know, Russell Peters, the comedian, he's actually from Vaughan, as well as the NBA basketball player Andrew Wiggins.
Dufferin Avenue starts in downtown Toronto and runs all the way up to Maple. It's about a 25-minute drive from one end to the other, I would say, about that. The Walshes and I lived off of Dufferin at Westwood Avenue there. We were at 2003 and they were just across the street at 2004. I've known the family for at least 15 years, about 15 years. My brother and I actually used to go over after school, and either Alicia or we call her Mama Walsh would babysit us.
Vaughan's crime rate is not substantially higher than the average Canadian city, but it has had ties with organized crime. Within the last decade, there have been multiple public assassinations in and around the Vaughan area. In 2013, Salvador Kaludi was shot dead outside the Terrace in Vaughan. In 2014, Carmen Verducci was gunned outside the Regina Sports Cafe. Definitely mob-related. In 2015 and 2017, murders all over the city, one of which a woman who was 28 years old was just sitting in her car and shot dead. Not a public figure, but definitely ties to shady families. All of these were gunshot wounds. However, Alicia Walsh didn't match the same pattern.
There's always places in any town you don't want to go unless you're looking for trouble. But this was in a quiet residential neighborhood. I remember saying to Mom that whoever did it wanted it to be seen. The mob has ways to cover up their crimes or shoot somebody once or twice. But this, how they found her and how she was killed, whoever did it, it seems like they really wanted her to suffer or truly embarrass her.
It was a typical summer night. It was warm. Kids were weeks away from going back to school. Husband and wife decide to go out for a date night and they come home to find their daughter murdered on their front steps. It's every parent's worst nightmare.
The immediate thought was a mob hit, but other than it being a murder, there was no indication that would conclude that it was correlated. The father worked for Canadian National Railway and the mother was a high school teacher. I snooped and dug for months, but there was no evidence, nothing shady about them. There was no debts, no arrests, no anything that would portray them being involved with any crime families.
This is Alicia's room. I haven't touched anything. The TV's there. I really don't know why. She never watched it.
Could she even see anything on it?
No. So these are some of our family photos. Oh, this was BC. We met our parents there in Whistler. This was for soccer.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you ever play?
I didn't play, no. I was more of the artistic type, you know. I like to write a lot too.
True.
This is Elsie. Have you met her yet? It's her best friend.
We did it, Elsie, scene 4, take 4.
We met at soccer camp. Found out we lived around the corner from each other and had been inseparable since. We're only 7. She was so good, the best at the camp without a question. There was never a dull moment with her.
Full.
All in.
Oh! Pull the trigger, pussy. Pull the trigger. Fuck it. Yeah! Let's go! Alright, flip him. What do you got? What do you got? Oh! She's got you chumped, bud.
Shit.
Okay, here we go.
Shit, bitch, you scared, eh?
Oh. Last chance. Last chance.
Give me an 8.
What's it gonna be?
Give
Give me an 8.
Her pussy's like the Grand Canyon.
I'm about 4 years older than her. We didn't really hang out with each other, but we got along. She always had something on the go, so she was always out, and I'm more of an introvert.
David and Alicia were very, very different, but there was a mutual respect there. You know how it is with kids. They fight like cats and dogs, but they loved each other. She wanted to be a vet. She was obsessed with animals. She bugged Ron profusely. I want a dog, a cat, give me a hamster or a mouse. And I'm like, that was one of the worst ones. Who would want a mouse as a pet in their house?
This is Bacon. Look at the camera, Bacon.
My dad and I never really saw eye to eye. I always said Alicia was the boy he always wanted because he was just caring. She was outgoing. She had that personality, and there's me. He never stopped trying, though, to connect with me. He tried playing video games with us once. No, but it didn't stop him from trying. I mean, he would have cut his left arm off to be with me.
He loved her so, so much. After everything that happened, he went into a very dark, dark place, and he never recovered from that.
The last time I saw my dad, he said he would drive me to work in about an hour. And then he went to bed. He didn't wake up.
Well, I knew I was in love with her after the first date. We saw some awful romance drama movie. You know, We never fought or anything because she was always happy and it was infectious. We met at a party when I was in grade 11 and I've never seen her before, and it seemed crazy to me actually because she's the most beautiful girl I've ever seen, and you know, I feel like I would have noticed her at some point, but she came with Elsie, and then Elsie took off with John, and then we just spent the whole night chatting. It was way more than just physical attraction at that point.
Okay, finish my sentence, okay? Somewhere. Finish it. Ready?
What song is that?
Somewhere. Babe. Somewhere over the. What?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alicia. Happy birthday to you. Yay! Hey, 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 hey.
2012 was one of the best years of my life prior to August.
Yo, this is my fucking guy, bro! This is my fucking guy! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh! Did he go in? Oh my god.
Drunk ass bitches.
We were going to be seniors in the fall. A group of us worked for the city cleaning up parks and gardens, though the job was the worst because no one really gave a crap.
Can I like buy you guys a hot meal or something?
Funny. This is all the stuff that we found today.
Actually, there's more!
Oh, you fucked
Oh,
shit, bitch!
Oh my god! Got an arm on her too!
Well, you two
Get to
got
the ammo! Get to the ammo! Ah, shit!
She had never had a job prior to that summer because it was always soccer or volunteering or whatever. She was going to get a scholarship somewhere, so she didn't really need the money, but she wanted the job.
We were doing fartleks in practice today.
What the hell is a fartlek?
It's when you sprint the main jog of the track and then jog the corners. Listen.
Okay, okay.
Anyways, we were like 2 minutes in when like 5 NARPs casually started doing
Whoa,
their...
whoa. What the hell is a NARP?
Are you dumb? A non-athletic running person.
I think you mean a non-athletic, regular person.
Oh my god, you are so selfish. Seriously, you're so selfish.
Go on.
Michael,
Okay.
listen.
Okay.
So Miss Volstad walks up to these bitches and goes, "What are you doing? Like, this is school property, blah, blah, frickin' blah."
The fuck?
And the one girl looks her up and down and goes, "Okay, relax, cunt."
Oh!
She went off! Off!
Off?
Off.
Like the mosquito repellent?
Please don't talk to me.
Wait, no!
Our timeline of the murder began just before midnight. Coroner had estimated that by the time her mother found her, Miss Walsh had been deceased for approximately 3 hours, putting her TOD at roughly 11:45 p.m. We figure Miss Folds drops her off around 11 p.m. She goes inside, takes about 30 to 40 minutes to get ready and settle in for bed, at which point she's drawn outside for some reason and attacked right there on the front steps. We were working with the theory that the killer surprised her from the rear, stabbing her twice in the back with some sort of serrated bladed knife. Once down on the ground, the killer grabs her by the hair, pulling her head back to expose her neck and slashes her throat, leaving her to bleed out.
Do you believe the murderer watched her die?
I believe so, yes.
There was blood everywhere. We combed the house for physical evidence, but unfortunately, the samples that we got were not very clean. It had all been tampered with so badly by the time the mother was subdued. But one thing that was very clear, the original crime, the original attack, happened on the front porch. She wasn't moved, she wasn't dragged to that spot. It all took place right there.
Whose DNA did you find at the crime scene?
Well, every member of her family, her boyfriend, her girlfriend, her best friend. But you have to remember that all these people had been in contact with her at some point during the day or early evening.
Was there any DNA unaccounted for or strange?
No. But as I said before, a lot of what we recovered was unusable. If you can imagine a child spilling a can of paint and smearing it all over the house, that's what the mother did with her daughter's blood.
We had an expert come in, try and determine the exact type of knife used in the attack, but that didn't pan out, as the consensus was it was a common pocket knife, easily purchased at any number of local convenience or department stores. We called every tattoo shop in the GTA asking about a marijuana leaf tattoo on the lower pelvis. We went through hundreds of appointment books, but nothing ever came back. We checked local traffic cams from that night. We even organized a full 2-week grid search of the entire surrounding area in hopes of finding an article of clothing, a blood trail, something, anything, but nothing ever turned up.
Ron won tickets for a concert from a radio station.
I was online pretty much all day except to eat.
You didn't leave the house at all?
No.
But you were inside when it happened.
I didn't know she was home.
The only thing different about my day was her meeting Wes for the first time.
Yeah, Wesley Thompson was a primary suspect for the better half of the initial investigation. His name had come up in a conversation we'd had with Miss Folds. During her first interview, she stated that Mr. Thompson and Miss Walsh had originally met in a bar on the July 1st weekend of 2012. She'd even claimed to have seen several text exchanges between the two, texts she described as quite explicit and provocative in nature.
They had met at the Twin Beavers, a bar in Richmond Hill. He had her acting different the days following. Usually it's the guy pursuing her, but this time it was the other way around. I had saw the message that they had sent to each other.
Did you ever see his face in the pictures?
No, just other things.
Like?
Well, he had a piercing down there and a tattoo of a marijuana leaf.
Did you tell this to the cops?
Mm-hmm.
Did the cops ever release this information publicly?
They said not to disclose anything to the press or media until the crime had been solved.
I knew her friend claimed that Wesley had some sort of tattoo in the messages, but when the police brought him in, he didn't have one, which was one of the reasons why he was never charged.
Beer pong! Hey, Tarantino! Where the fuck is your brother? Because I got my brother! John is there! I'm busy, Trevor! You're always busy! Let's go, beer pong! Where's your clothes?
He just went to the washroom with a girl. I think he'll be like 2 minutes tops.
She told me she had to babysit early the next day. I believed her, but it was salt in the wound when I found out about Wesley. I thought I lost her, but turns out I never had her.
John. Come. No, John, look. Tell him.
What are we drawing?
Penis. Wait, no, wait. John, let's go with them.
With who?
With the girls, man.
Wesley what?
Thompson.
Wesley Thompson? Date of birth?
August 7th, 92.
August 7th, 92. You live with him?
Yes.
Hello.
How are you doing, Jack?
You're with Mr. Thompson.
Wesley, where were you tonight?
At work.
And where's work?
The German dog.
From when until when?
Started at 9, went until closed at 2.
Take a break?
Yeah.
So Wesley, what do you do at the German dog?
Bartender.
Bartender, yeah? What time do you take break?
11:45, midnight.
12, midnight? Pretty late, huh? What do you do on your break?
I went to the store, got smokes.
What store?
Chefs.
Chefs, huh? Oh, you know Chefs?
No, I know Chefs. Down Dansby Road. So what, a 5-minute walk?
Yeah, pretty much.
You see anything funky, anything suspicious you want to talk about? You want to tell me about?
Nope.
Anything coming back from that 5-minute walk back to work?
Nope.
See anyone on your way back?
Nope.
What about Alicia Walsh? Does that name ring a bell?
Nope.
Look familiar?
Nope.
Because I have it on good authority that you two were supposed to meet up this evening. What happened to that?
I don't know the name of everyone who walks into the bar. I can't tell you.
Look here, Wesley. The more you work with us, the more we can work with you. But one thing we don't like here is liars.
Understood.
Alicia Walsh. Never seen her before.
No.
Take one more good look at her face.
Haven't seen
The amount of money and time that goes into a federal trial, well, you could come off looking like a clown if you tried to convict somebody with absolutely a solid alibi and no real interaction with the victim. The only person that said they knew anything was one friend. Why would she only tell one person?
We spent hours and hours in police questioning, looking over headshots and profiles of all these criminals. We had no clue who Wesley was. We thought Trevor and her were happy. I would have never thought that my daughter would have cheated on Trevor. Not my daughter. A cheater? No.
Listen, if they had anything, and I mean anything, against my client, then sure, take him to court. But unfortunately, there wasn't. And that just leaves a very emotional and understandably so upset group of people desperate for somebody to blame.
If he had committed the murder, he would have had to leave work immediately, make no stops, and drive to Miss Walsh's in under 2 minutes. Commit the murder while getting no blood on himself, nor leave any trace of his own DNA at the scene, then drive back to Chev's in another 2 minutes and walk into the store without looking frazzled or out of breath or anything. There's no way. It's just not plausible.
We had death threats, people throwing stuff at our house all hours of the day. I lost about 90% of my social circle, and my coworkers started treating me differently. So eventually I ended up quitting because it changed everything. And from the moment I found out exactly what had happened, my gut instinct was he's been framed.
He became a different person, completely introverted. We used to have a group that would talk every day and party every weekend. He disappeared from the chat and maybe came out once or twice after everything happened. He just became increasingly distant. I text him probably once a month. He's living in South America, just jumping from place to place, doing social work and helping out in lower class areas.
When someone commits a horrific crime, especially at that age, who's the easiest to blame? It's the parents. What'd you do wrong? Where were you? Why didn't you see the signs? And that nearly killed my mom and dad. Sure, he had struggles. Everyone does. And yeah, there probably was a time in his life where drugs were present. But I have an issue with that because everyone goes through tough times, and the majority of people find less than respectful ways of dealing with them. But majority of people don't put it on for display. They don't let people see what's going on behind the scenes. And I am so firm in my belief that if his life hadn't been aired out for the world to see, no one would have ever known what was going on. Because he kept it together so well. He was always in control. So much so to the point that I would get jealous because I'm almost 3 years older than him, and even at that age, he was always more poised than I ever felt I could be.
They crucified him. Said every awful, horrible thing someone could say about a person. I probably would have killed myself. I don't care what anyone says, Wes is my brother and he didn't do shit.
The worst part is that the police themselves said there's no way he could have done it. Yet people didn't stop. He didn't even come to my wedding.
The plan was to meet Wes at her place because her parents had been away that evening. I picked her up at 11 and they were to meet for 11:30. That was the last time I saw her, running giddily up her parents' front steps.
Customarily, there's at least some circumstantial evidence that's too compelling to ignore. But in this particular case, there was nothing. I've seen countless trials over the years, some of them even successful based off of purely circumstantial evidence, but in this particular case, no, there was nothing.
It was very apparent to us that an important piece of this puzzle would be Miss Walsh's phone. We felt there'd be a lot of information on there that would shed some light on what exactly led to her murder.
They had communicated on Snapchat, so there's no trace of any of it.
At the time his phone was confiscated, Mr. Thompson did not have Miss Walsh as a contact in his Snapchat app. We contacted Miss Walsh's cell phone provider and there were no phone conversations or text messages between Mr. Thompson's phone and Miss Walsh's phone. With this information coupled with his alibi and the fact that his genitalia did not match the description previously given by Miss Folds, we had no reason to further pursue him as a suspect. People often make the assumption that because we didn't arrest somebody, we must not have investigated them thoroughly enough, and I assure you that is not the case. We searched this guy's house, his car, where he works, and we found no blood, no hair, and no trace of Miss Walsh's DNA anywhere. We even searched the entire Walsh household for traces of Mr. Thompson's DNA, and again found nothing. There was no physical evidence to suggest that these two had ever even been in the same vicinity, let alone communicated that night.
If we found that phone, we'd see all the saved photos and snaps from Weed Idiot in her camera roll. That would put him away forever.
She didn't save any of them to her computer?
And let her mother see? She would have been the one who killed her.
What about iCloud?
That wasn't a thing yet.
Why do you think there's been such a limited stream of information coming from the police department?
I have covered stories in every province and territory in Canada. I'm talking hundreds of cases, and I have never witnessed a more stubborn, moronic task force than the one that was dealing with the Alicia Walsh case. Every time I've had the opportunity to ask one of the team members about more information, it's been, oh, we'll let you know as soon as something comes to light. It's been 6 years. It's like they don't want to make a mistake or they don't want to say the wrong thing, so they just don't do anything at all.
Imagine if you were a doctor and you were looking to cure a disease. You'd follow all the correct protocol, updating all the information onto the public forums as required. And then along comes somebody, a nobody, with no experience or education, and they find the cure before you, only they've used your research. You did everything properly. You went to school, you did all the hard work, you've done all the experience, and then along comes some unemployed person that sits around all day at home, and they get all the accolades.
I believe that this case could be solved if they released more information. You'd be amazed at what you can accomplish when you don't care who gets the credit.
People are competitive. They want to see you do well, maybe, but they never want to see you do better than them. And at the time of Alicia Walsh's murder, web sleuthing had become a real thing. Cases like the Boston Bombers and Luca Magnotta both relied heavily on web sleuthing and online chat rooms. While this might make a detective's job easier, it could make them look a little inept that a 17-year-old working part-time at McDonald's solved the crime before a senior paid detective. Just my opinion.
Between the two of us, in a combined 30 years on the force, neither one of us had seen anything like that before. It affected me tremendously, and I only lasted another 5 years before I had to quit. I know it affected Jack as well. It etched itself into your brain. You can't unsee these things. It lit a fire under us, though. We wanted answers. Yeah, let's talk about that for a second. You guys were supposed to meet up tonight. Everything was on plan. Everything was on cue. And then, I don't know. Did she flake on you?
No, I don't know.
Get your little blue ball there?
We weren't going to meet up.
Stop this. I don't know her. We know you know her. Elsie already outed you.
Who is Elsie?
Her best friend.
Yeah, she's saying some real nasty shit was said.
He doesn't know Elsie.
You don't know fucking Elsie, but you fucking her too? You gonna slit her throat next? You see a nice rack like this walking in your bar, you 20-year-old man, you're not gonna remember a set of tits like that? Come on.
Listen, there are women there every night. How can I keep up?
Look at this gorgeous woman. But you wanna just come on her face, huh? Yeah? Look at that. Gorgeous. Stunning.
Maybe he killed her because he was her third boyfriend.
Yeah, maybe,
what was it?
Maybe that's it, huh? Maybe you were third in line. Couldn't hack it, couldn't handle that.
It's her choice who she wants to be with, but...
This kid's really pissing me off, eh? Really pissing me off. Take a look at this face, huh? Take a look at this face.
I have not seen her.
Doesn't ring a bell.
We know you know her. You guys link up July 1st Canada Day. Is that right?
No.
Work with us now. Confess. We're done here. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
Confess to what? I don't know her.
We can fuck around for another 5 to 7 hours.
Listen, you're going down either way. We know it was you. Do you want to spend the rest of your life in
I
jail?
don't know her. I've never met her in my life.
Okay, this kid's hilarious, right? Stand up fucking Sandler over here. Jesus.
Did you guys met at a bonfire?
What bonfire?
The same bonfire you went to July 1st.
I did not go to a bonfire.
Yeah, I heard Elsie was there.
I
Alicia
don't
was
know
there.
either.
There was a potential threesome on the table. I don't know.
Maybe maybe one or two of her boyfriends were there.
I don't know.
That
I
would
mean,
piss me off for sure. That would piss me off if I knew a couple other boys were around. You know, I'd slice her throat too, huh? How about
I
that?
did not slice her throat.
What did you do?
What'd you do?
I
How'd you
did
do it?
not meet her.
How did you do it?
I did not meet her. Ever. Look, it's possible she's been to the bar, but I don't remember if she
100%.
was.
Okay. Let's stop ticking around here.
I believe this was a Peeping Tom situation that escalated into a homicide. I think the assailant was out that night looking for a female target and noticed Miss Walsh changing through a window. The individual then lured Miss Walsh out of the house with something as simple as a knock on the door. I don't know, and I'm not willing to speculate on that at this point. Either way, once outside, the killer struck and for some reason decided to end Miss Walsh's life.
I'm convinced it was someone she knew. She wouldn't have come out the house dressed like that unless she was prompt. The whole Wesley situation is too weird.
Do you think he did it?
No, but I think someone wants us to think he did.
Random crime. They happen far more often than you'd think. 1 in 397 people are affected by serious crime in one way or another. I hate to say it, but wrong place, wrong time.
Honestly, I've had way too many sleepless nights, feeling sick to my stomach. And my answer is the devil did it.
I've always said her brother. He was the only one home, and he's had a history of mental illness, so I don't know, something about me just felt super off about him, just because the way he would act sometimes would be so unpredictable.
I never met her, so all of my knowledge is secondhand. And everything I ever heard was that she was so kind, so wonderful, so wholesome. That's how she was portrayed. But, I mean, no disrespect to her or her family, but how wholesome is someone who is dressing up in slutty lingerie to meet up with a guy behind their boyfriend's back? She only told her friend. So if she was hiding this, what else could she have been hiding? I have the feeling there is something that we don't know about, and unfortunately at this point, we never will.
Your father had always hung on to the fact that it seemed too perfect a crime to be random. I disagreed with this hypothesis, though, because the brother was home and no one was around. The murderer would have to have known that nobody would be at the house, or let alone the entire block at that exact time.
Jack. God, I miss him. He was what people would call a real man's man. I still remember the first time I met him. He was playing tackle football on the beach with his friends. Manly men. They weren't wearing any gear, no protection, and still hitting each other as hard as they possibly could. I couldn't stop looking at him, though. He was bleeding, so I offered him some tissue, and that's when he asked me out. I can't remember what it was about him, but he always believed about being a good person. I mean, he was stern, but his intention was always to bring happiness. Some people probably misinterpreted it, but if you really got to know him, he was stubborn, he was hard-headed, but he wanted to bring happiness to anybody in his life. It was odd, his change. I mean, in the beginning, in the case, he was fine, everything was great, and then, I don't know, there was just this dramatic shift in emotion. Maybe it hit him, and that's why he killed himself.
They had found a large amount of alcohol and drugs in his system, and I think it all kind of hit him at once. He'd compartmentalized it for too long, and I think when he finally got around to fixing it, it was too late. I remember about a month before I went on vacation with my wife in Europe, I get an email from the guy saying he was up for 30 straight hours, and he finally had a crack in the case, and he was super excited about it. And when I got back, he said it didn't pan out like that. And I believe that was the icing on the cake. When a case goes cold like that, you can't help but blame yourself and wonder, what did I miss?
We had front row seats to Tom Petty. That's the closest we had ever been to a celebrity.
Do you know which rock station you got the tickets from?
No. Alicia said she got it from a friend, but I couldn't tell you who.
Do you know which friend or which station?
No, but Ron could tell you.
Do you remember anyone in that time period that worked at a radio station?
I think someone did. I can't remember who though. A lot of people did radio placement in senior and junior year. I think Q107 was one.
Hi. Hi, Debbie. This is Mike. Yep, Mike Newsom. No, we're not famous yet. We're still working on that. I actually called today because I wanted to inquire if you had any promotional or giveaway contests going on July 2012. No, for Tom Petty, maybe? Really? Okay. No, that's all. Thank you. Yeah, you take care. Bye-bye. You didn't have it. Oh. Interesting. You didn't have it either. Okay. Yep, you take care. Do you usually game for the whole day?
Not usually. Yeah, depends on if I have work or something else going on. But yeah, that day a group of us were playing online in a tournament. They didn't have battle royales in that day, so you had to get like a number of kills over a 72-hour period. So we were like locked in.
And then what?
You can win money, and then access to like bigger tournaments, more money. Yeah.
How often do those take place?
Usually twice a year. Take place in March and September. Yeah, you gotta qualify in those to get into the big tournaments for the big money.
Did you have a team?
Yeah, like a group of buddies of mine from school. We used to play in tournaments together. You had to have like a group of 8, so like there was the 5 of us, and we'd have like 3 alternates switching off and stuff.
Who was on your team?
My buddies from school, I've known them for a real long time, and one of them had like a couple other players as our alternates for the night.
Was everybody playing that night?
Yeah, we were all coming and going at some certain points.
But you were there the whole time?
Yeah.
Does the name Weed Idiot mean anything to you?
Yeah, he was on the team that night.
Do you know who he was?
No, he was just a friend of one of the guys. I think from hockey.
Who?
I don't quite remember.
Directly out of
Are you Wesley Thompson?
to the camera.
Do you mind if we step outside to talk to you for a quick moment? So, were you working July 1st at the event?
No, I wasn't working. I was there with some friends.
Do you remember meeting Alicia?
No, it doesn't ring a bell.
Blonde.
Oh, dude. I was so drunk, but I don't really remember.
She said you raped her.
She what?
Yeah, my dad, he's a detective at the VPD, and she called me last night, and she said that you raped her, and she has your DNA to prove it.
It was totally consensual.
Hey, man. I don't know what happened. I just came here to give you a heads up and to give you a chance to defend yourself.
Dude, it was consensual. I swear.
Sure. There was Daryl Young, Chris Cunningham, Oliver Hutchison, and Mad Dog Borg.
You played in a video game tournament with Dave Walsh the weekend his sister was murdered.
Yes.
Did Dave act differently at all that night?
Not at all.
Did he leave the mic at all?
Nope.
Not even to Pete?
No. He brought it with him.
He brought the mic with him to the washroom?
Yep.
Why?
Because men are gross.
Who else did you know on the team?
Dave, Chris, and Oliver.
No one else?
Nope. No one.
Who were the others on the team?
I don't know. Dave may have knew one of them.
Do you know which one?
No, I do not.
Did you know everyone on your COD team?
Not really. I know that we played sports together or went to school, something of that degree.
Who did you know?
Well, Chris and I are best friends. Chris kind of knows Daryl and Dave. I don't really know them like that, but I've met them once or twice. And then, of course, you guys.
Do you know what this documentary is for?
Well, I'm hoping it's what you said it was, and about gaming, right?
Kind of. Do you remember the Alicia Walsh case?
Alicia Walsh. Alicia. Dave, you mean Dave's sister?
Yeah. How much do you know about the case?
Nothing really. I know nothing of the case.
Do you remember where you were that weekend?
Bro, I got no food, bro.
Nah.
Let's play something. Let's play Mortal. I'm gonna set this shit up.
Ooh, that reminds me. Before we start into Mortal, we're doing a doc about gaming, and there's a tournament coming up August 3rd, and
That's way over August. That's in like a few weeks.
yeah, 40 teams, $20. Are you interested?
When's our highest kid?
I'm pretty sure it's wins. Do you think you could pull together a team?
Let me see.
Yeah, I know a few shooters.
Yeah?
I know a few shooters.
Okay, sounds good, sounds good.
Yeah, but who's the sponsor though?
It's actually a private sponsor. Let's just say it's organized.
Organized. Like a mob.
What? No.
The mob tournaments.
Absolutely, man. You gotta adapt to your surroundings, son. No, I'm good, thanks.
Then who am I gonna play with? Man, I don't got this shit out, man. I got a PS2, bro. Like,
I know.
You got enough money over here, bro.
You can play with Kurt. He's sitting right here, man.
Take that shit, bro. That's why I ain't trying to play with me.
Well, listen, these are our controllers. You don't gotta break them. But
you guys looking for a PS3, you can afford another control. Like, so.
No, you're right.
We're gonna be the.
Oh, that reminds me too. If anybody does ask about this, Oliver.
One second.
Oliver.
One
No,
sec.
for real, man. For real. This is serious.
Oh, you talk a lot.
I know, but still, this is serious. I need you to keep it down. Are you listening? Look at me.
I listen to my ears, bro, not my eyes.
Down low.
Yeah, shut up, man. Yo, let's go.
If I remember correctly, I was in your tournament.
Which one?
The same one you invited me to.
Do you remember what our gamer tag was?
The dumbest gamer tag ever. Yeah, I think it was Weed Idiots, something like that.
Have you heard that name before?
Nah, nobody's dumb enough to use that name. So before you guys use it, nah, I never heard of it.
You know, every time you work on a case, you play detective in your head, and you wrap stories around the people that were involved. And this was a crime that was, in my opinion, done out of great passion. Passion, not love, but you know, the passion that makes you do things that you wouldn't normally do.
You know those are weeds, right?
Doesn't matter, bro. They're pretty, right? And if I like mix it with like some of these. Sorry, bye.
So you can be like, here's my weeds.
No, I'm gonna say, here's your flowers, and she's gonna say, thank you, can you marry me? Or we can at least start planning the wedding. I just wish they were like bigger. You know those big sunflowers, like the big ones of these?
Yeah, ones you have to pay for.
Yano! Hey, Elsie, what's poppin'? I need to ask a question. Mike, get out.
How can I help you?
Where's Alicia?
She's in the bathroom, I think, honestly. No, I think she's not.
Where?
Mike.
Oh shit.
Wait, it's all good, man.
Yo, it's good. No.
Yo, hold this.
No. Yo. Bro, don't do it. Don't do it. No.
Dog, you see this happening right before my, like, what?
No. Okay. Hey. We got you.
Yo, bro, who is this guy? Dog, I know you see this.
I don't know who he is. No.
Bro, let's go find out. Dog, what are you doing? We can cut this in fucking like...
No. You're gonna make a fool of yourself. Just go. Let's go, like, we'll just, like, go get something to drink or something.
Bro, cut the fucking camera.
No.
Cut that shit off.
You okay?
Yeah, cut off the fucking camera, man.
You good? Hey, how am I supposed to get home?
Can you put that away, please? Where's your brother?
He said he's not hungry.
Funny, where's your brother?
I'm not joking.
Mike, let's go. Dinner's here. funny. Let's go dinner.
Fuck off!
Who are you speaking to like that?
Who the fuck am I talking to? You're the only one here! Can you get the fuck out of my room?
Wait until your father gets home.
What's up?
Your son told me to fuck off.
What? Hey, Mike. Hey, Mike, you okay, pal? Will you answer me, please?
Fuck off, bro.
What?
What are you? Yo, stop! What are you doing? What are you getting fuck off? You're fucking psycho! You're a fucking psychopath! Get the fuck off of me! What's wrong with you, man?
So, what happened?
We went to a bonfire, and I don't know. Ever since we come home, he's been acting weird. I didn't come home with him.
Were you guys drinking?
No.
Were you? Don't you dare fucking lie to me.
No, I swear.
Maybe he's hungover.
Were you doing drugs?
No. Honest to God, on Grandmama's life, I did not do any drugs. But I can't speak for him. I wasn't with him the entire time, so just saying, you might want to talk to your other son. Mike? Mike. I swear I didn't say a word to Mom and Dad. Come on, man, talk to me. All right, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to kill her then. Fuck it, man. If it means getting you out of bed, I'll go murder that bitch right now.
Can you imagine?
He's alive!
Barely.
Who knew all it took was murder?
I want to do it.
Do what?
Let's kill the bitch.
A lot of the speculation as well surrounded the parents, of course, because they were the first ones to find her, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Would you, would you say that the father, Ron, is there anything off about him?
No. Like I said before, they are a beautiful family. I will defend that till the end. I literally looked up to their family. Not lying to you. The dad's awesome. Mama Walsh is awesome. I love the whole family. There's no way that any of them did it.
Looks good.
Yeah. Small slice for you.
Well, finally, thank you very much.
You can just, Ron, not in front of the kids.
Hey.
Would you like a piece
Well,
of
I
cake,
take the
sir?
cake.
Are you sure?
So, Jamal, what's been going on? How's things going?
Dad.
Is your dad home yet?
Dad!
I'm just kidding. Come on.
It's not Ron. His name is Mike.
Mike.
Yes.
Mike. Welcome, Mike. So, you going to community college or like waiting for a scholarship?
I don't want to say this, but we're all killers here, but online. So.
Yo, Kurt. Check it out.
Oh, shit.
Alright.
Is that for the fake account?
Yeah.
Where'd you find the picture?
Remember RedTube? Yeah. So there was a link that took me to Team Skeet and then Team Category.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Check this out. Got this like 45 minutes ago.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Some dude saying you that?
Some kid from BC. Fucking idiot.
Are you gonna send that to
Alicia? Sorry, Sam.
You're not fucking around.
Nah.
What's up, loser?
What's up, you fucking asshole? What's up?
Don't throw that out. Don't throw that out.
Why, what is it?
It's concert tickets for your parents. They won them.
What?
You know?
Why are you giving them to me?
So you can give them to them.
Okay. Have you seen Mike? Because I've been calling him and I've been texting him and he hasn't been getting back to me.
Well, yeah, I mean, I live with him, so
Yeah, I know, but like,
I can tell him that you were asking, but he's been really busy.
doing what?
I don't know. Other chicks?
Oh, okay, well, just let him know that I'm trying to talk.
You know, are you practicing for your job when you're older?
Fuck you.
Oh yeah, fuck you, pal. Good.
Was he a good father?
He was a great father. He was raising 2 boys, and it's never an easy task. With 2 twin boys, you can't be a pushover, and he was trying to raise them right.
I bet you fucking regret all those times you were hit. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, take a shot for that. Big man. Big, strong, powerful man, yeah. That's that, that's that. Let's fuck you, bro. That's it. I wish I fucking could end you right now. Oh, I wish I could. You don't see me. You wanna know why drugs and alcohol are frowned upon? I'll walk you through the fucking lesson. It makes you an idiot! Oh, yo, cut that. Let's get this guy out of here. Let's fucking get this dead. And that's why we don't beat your kids. Kurt! Kurt, come on, man.
It was totally consensual. She was all over me.
We know. The footage of you guys talking clearly shows that she was into you. We don't believe her. As a matter of fact, one of my boys dated her, and he always mentioned that she was always lying to protect her squeaky clean reputation.
Look, man, if I knew she had a boyfriend, I wouldn't have done anything. I'm not like that.
We know. But that's why we wanted to give you a heads up and say watch your back. Because if she does say anything about it, we have this footage to provide you with an alibi.
No way, man. I thought you guys were here to fuck me.
Nah, man. Fuck these bitches. We got you, man.
You made a comment before that the location of the crime suggested that it was much more, or at least you think much more to it than just like random crime. You said that you believe that somebody was trying to embarrass her, or that somebody more or less wanted her to suffer. Do you think that there's any reason why that they would want that?
People are crazy nowadays. They can come up with any reason they want to. I can't think of any reason that justifies murdering someone. So to answer that, no, there is no reason why she was murdered. I just think how it was done. Like, there's no way it wasn't premeditated, or there's no way that it wasn't, done in a spiteful way to either show her who's boss, or I don't know, like just embarrass her just out in the street in front of her home, in her safety of like her home.
Group on! Hey, Tarantino, where the fuck is your brother? Because I got my brother, Jonathan! I'm busy, Trevor! You're always busy! Let's go, beer pong! Where's your clothes?
He just went to the washroom with a girl. I think he'll be like 2 minutes tops.
Alright, let's go! How many? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'll just get some more. Alright, let's go. Are you guys ready?
Who's that, John? What are you doing, baby?
I just got canines.
What?
Yes, sir. I
What you're waiting for the perfect time to call it in, or what's up?
Wait, I want to make someone first, you know what I mean?
Okay, okay.
Oh shit, there's one right there.
Oh shit!
Let's go, bitch.
Do you think the police department did a good job on this case?
I believe we did everything we could.
So, yes.
I'd say so, yes.
We believe we've solved the case.
Really?
Yep.
Pull up on my dog, let him loose.
Red light, renegade. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh. Red light, renegade. Yeah, yeah. Hey. Red light, renegade. Run around on my way. Yo, red light, renegade. Looking for my arbitrage. Yo, red light, renegade. Run around on my way. Red light, red light, red light. Yeah. I see red lights like we in traffic. Going slow, this drink is texting. Wonder if they ever ask it. Wait, they care if you're gonna absent. Sat in the place, they sucking in the bad sense. Reason I'm sipping, rolling under cactus. Time we facing forward at the canvas. Put my POV to where the light is. So for better days, better days. I've been praying, lay away, lay away. King is coming, renegade, renegade. You the culprit, yeah, yeah. The times that I was out of my mind. Rolling around here full of light. It's only for a moment in time. Living like do or die, yeah, yeah. And they be the longest you feel. Top it up, least you appeal. Weighing the skills of the deal. Wishing you to the red pill. Like Thomas, we questioning real. Without as a fish as you DNA. Infuse a Christian with a veteran. Since the world concealed the bigger picture. Bring my pains, pay them more with less than errors. Prophesize a future worthy for the barrel. Oh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah. Run away. Yeah, yeah. Hey, cause it's all. It's a taste of how the life we live. Yeah, pray for heaven, don't believe. Still, so we popping over. Beast, pill, sonic way to bring the heat, chill. Yeah, red light, renegade. Run around on my way. Yo, red light, renegade. Looking for my arbitrage. Yo, red light, renegade. Run around on my way. Red light, red light, red light. Red light, renegade.